You were just asking me about the origins of how are ya.
Yeah, I've heard more than one person say it. How are ya?
Well, I can't speak to the origins.
Yeah.
But what I will tell you is the first person I heard say it like that was somebody I actually hate. Hate is a strong word.
Yeah, it is a strong word.
Don't get along with.
Oh.
In 2007.
Yes.
I was at a training center in Colorado that may have had some issues with me too. Maybe, possibly. And they were doing a trip to Washington seminar, which is a big NFB thing. Yeah. You go there and advocate for causes, right?
Isn't this the one trip where you and your other friend went out and everybody else stayed in?
Yes.
Okay.
I applied to go to this thing and I'm very excited.
Sounds like fun, actually.
It does. And it was a lot of fun, but this was the part of the trip that was a little bit more dramatic.
Okay.
We're told in the week leading up that this is a big thing. It's suggested that we go shopping for nicer clothes. Yep. And I do that. And so does pretty much everybody with one exception who's going to be going on this trip. And it's also explained to us that we're leaving very early in the morning. If anybody's late, they will be left behind.
Yeah.
The teacher who tells us this conveys a story about how they've done this in the past, where students have gotten up late and they were not allowed to go on the trip. Okay.
Yeah. You snooze, you lose.
Yep. And I think we have to be ready to be picked up by, I think, 5 a.m.
Oh, good grief.
I could be remembering that wrong because this was over 15 years ago, but it's something like that. So every student makes it there except for one. And wouldn't you know, it's the student who decided not to buy nice clothing.
Wow.
Okay. The teacher who had given us these lectures about we leave students behind, you have to be there, blah, blah, blah. He goes to where the student is at, wakes him up, helps him finish packing, and brings down his bag.
I would have just left him there, honestly.
I would have too.
I would have been like, nope, you're not going. You disobeyed my rules and you're not going.
Gets better. We go there. So, and maybe you can make an argument of somebody not having nice clothes. Like, we're all poor. Nobody's rich, that type of thing. Even though there were people there who had some money. But you know what I'm saying. But this student ate out every night in the best restaurants in the area.
Really?
Okay. This is what was told to me and what I noticed.
In Colorado?
No, I'm talking about when we went to D.C.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay.
And this guy shit the bed, literally, when we were there. This is not why he got kicked out of the center, allegedly. But the rumor was later on, 3 months later when he left the program, that he left early because he was painting on the wall with his own feces in his apartment.
That's disgusting.
That is disgusting. Anyways, that's a long way of saying he used to say, how are ya? And now I say it as sort of like a mocking revenge to him.
Well, you don't have to worry about it. It's over 15 years ago.
It is.
But no, the other day, a friend of mine said the same thing, and I was just thinking, you know what? I've said that to you too. I'm like, how are ya? And he would say, how are ya?
Nice.
I just think it's kind of a funny way of saying how are you, or how people will greet somebody by saying, hey you,
Hey you.
Hey you. Not to be mixed up with the Pink Floyd song Hey You.
Of course not.
Of course not. But just the way people address each other, like hey you, or something to that effect. You know what I mean?
I hear you, babes.
I don't know. I think about that stuff sometimes.
Well, good.
In Hawaii, it's how's it?
That's right.
How's it?
So let's talk about the how are you guy, whose name I do know, but I'm not allowed. I probably shouldn't say.
Oh, no, don't say that. Because then you have to double edit.
I know, and I don't like that.
I made a mistake yesterday.
Oh, I know, babes.
I'm sorry.
That's okay, babes.
I really slipped. I sorry.
That's all right.
Okay.
We're moving past that.
Okay.
Okay. But I was super pissed when all this stuff went down in Washington. And you know my personality, so that probably doesn't surprise you. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, the people who run this place really like this guy for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. And there's favoritism shown to him. And I was, you could only imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And I was more angry then than I am now about just life in general.
You were livid.
Right. As I grow older, I ask myself, do I need to look at it like this person who went on the trip is a bad guy, or that he caught some breaks and maybe wasn't completely there and was allowed to coast because people look the other way?
Or people just cater to him because he can't do much.
Exactly.
And it's sad because you think, I don't know if he had potential. It's kind of like when we talked about people in our lives that we believe have potential, but they refuse to use their potential.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They refuse to go forward and actually use their potential for something good.
I hear you.
It's frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah.
But maybe, maybe he wasn't quite all there, and his brain just couldn't comprehend that. But at the same time, if I were your instructor, I would have left him there and taught him a lesson. Like, you have to be there on time.
Especially since this instructor, I can never speak.
Instructor.
Was lecturing the entire week about how we've left students behind in the past for not being there on time.
Well, I mean, I can only speak for myself, but I always try to make sure whatever setting I'm in, even if it is not necessarily a school setting, but like a program setting, I always make sure that I'm there on time and I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Whether it's going to work on tasks or going on a trip, because it really is disrespectful to everybody else's time.
Now, this was also over 15 years ago, so we don't need to obsess on this all day. But I'll tell you what happened after we got back.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, well, you can just break the rules and there's no consequences.
Uh-huh.
So I was supposed to go out on a travel thing with an instructor.
Uh-huh.
And I left him at a stop and I went down to get Arby's. And then I go back and I'm bragging about it in line. And I go downstairs to see him thinking there's nothing wrong. And he's like, I waited for you for over an hour and it was fucking cold. So this instructor was pissed at me for not sticking to the plan. And I remember at the time, this was not the same instructor who gave us the spiel about how they left kids behind, or students behind rather. And I remember being very confused about that. Like, why do I have to follow the rules? I thought we had just now come to a consensus that the rules were just like there as a suggestion.
You should have talked to somebody about that.
I bitched to a lot of my friends about it.
You should talk to an instructor about it.
I should have.
Yeah, but you didn't do that, and instead you broke the rule instead.
I did.
And then you got chewed out by your former boss.
Allegedly.
And
I love you. And we're moving on.
No. I mean, thinking about it now, don't you think that you should have talked to an instructor about it and say, hey, this is not fair?
Yeah, I should have said, I don't know if rules apply anymore, but...
I mean, I know that sometimes I don't like to speak up myself, but there are times where I'm like, I should have asked that question.
Well, I got in trouble because I speaked up when I was in line late waiting to get lunch, and I said, oh, I already ate at Arby's. And apparently my instructor was there because we wore sleep shades, so I didn't see him. And he overheard me bragging about that when he was waiting for me in the cold.
Oh, no.
But it's all to the good, as they say.
An hour.
Yeah.
You let it wait for an hour.
I didn't think it was going to do that again. I thought that we'd just come to a consensus that the rules weren't really a thing anymore.
Yeah, but you assumed it and you never asked anybody and you just complained to your friends about it. It's not, that's not really, solving anything, is it?
I was younger, babes.
Mm-hmm.
I was younger boy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, don't feel too badly. I mean, I did something in high school that maybe I shouldn't have done.
Cocaine.
No, not that.
Mocaine? Oh, sorry. What?
Mm-mm.
What?
You listen to Jaylo.
I'm trying to. Give me a kiss.
No.
Give me a kiss. All right, what did you do? Without giving names.
No, it wasn't any substances, or it wasn't like cutting school or whatever. I was still in school, but here's what I did that maybe I shouldn't have done. The juniors were supposed to take this test, and I thought, and I was told that juniors were allowed to not go to their classes or taking a test. So I did not go to some of my classes. I think I might have cut like one class. I was still in the building though. And my VI teacher got mad, and she wasn't too happy when she found out that I didn't show up to a couple of classes, but that was just a couple, I think.
Was this the fake VI teacher, or was this a real one? Because remember, you had that one who pretended that she was a VI teacher, and it came out that she was
unqualified.
Was this that one?
Yes, it was.
Oh, so she was a little bit of a see you next Tuesday.
Yeah, but this is before I found out this information, okay?
I know, but what I'm saying is...
This is before I found out this information. I didn't find out this information until I left my junior year.
I have to ask you a question.
What?
And this is like a total Rick type thing to ask, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever consider writing her a angry letter where you air out all your grievances to her?
No,
okay.
I didn't have a lot of grievances. I had a few, but the worst one of all was when she forced me to leave a note-taking device that the school bought for me because my other one broke, and it was old, right?
Right.
You know, I didn't break it. Nobody broke it. It was old, and she assumed that me and my family broke the thing. Why would they? Because my family knows better than to touch my equipment. That's just common knowledge. You don't do that, and they've been very, very good about it. Well, she insisted I leave it there, not take it home, but I really needed it because I didn't have another way to do my assignments because I didn't really have a computer. I had a family computer, but
yeah, probably didn't have JAWS on it either.
No, it was one of those like CompuServe things that had a narrator, and I didn't like narrator.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I didn't like narrator, and I wasn't very interested in learning JAWS. But now that I got older, I need to know that stuff. Anyway, and so I could have easily gotten bad grades on my work, and if I wasn't able to print them out on time, well, what she was doing, she wasn't protecting it. She was learning it because she didn't know how to use it, which really made me angry because she should have known how to use it because she's teaching me how to use it. And so I thought it was insane. I thought it was just the craziest thing ever that she would not hire. And then also too, she wouldn't hire a Brailleist. She didn't hire a Brailleist until much later. And then it was right before I left school for good. She decided to hire a Brailleist because she was getting some things, some really, really big mistakes. So she would write things backwards. And even even the teacher I met at the blind school, who ended up being my math teacher, pointed it out to me, and she was teaching blind kids.
Okay.
You know.
I would never use this type of language because, as you know...
Yes, you would.
But, hold on.
Yes, you would.
Some people might call this lady a cunt.
Yes, you
did. What? I'm saying some people, babe.
You did.
Did I?
Yes.
When?
Now.
Okay. Well,
you're some people.
Well, since I already did it. Let's say me, for example, might do that. And I'm wondering, babes.
Yeah.
You don't use that type of language, but you can see where I do. And is there room for forgiveness with somebody who is a cunt like this lady? Wow! Ow! That's what was that for?
Don't use it again.
Oh, sorry. But this is about, a lady who is defrauding.
Oh, and you hurt my hand.
How did I do that?
You were squeezing too hard.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I was just trying to get you off a tickle in my titties.
I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, you grabbed a nipple.
Oh, sorry.
So,
sorry.
Is there room for compassion with a C like that? Or how do you feel about this lady now? Is there do you forgive her?
Well, I have to move on. I'm not dwelling on it, but it did make me angry back then. Mm-hmm. Maybe she's learned her lesson. I mean, I can't dwell on this. This is like over 25 years ago. And I can't dwell on the fact that she did this to me. And, I had to forgive and move on because I'm not going to make myself feel horrible because of what she did. And also too, I don't want to hold this over this lady's head when it's over 25 years ago that this happened.
What would happen if you saw her now?
I don't know what would happen. I would just ask her, "Hey, did you learn your lesson from all of this?" I wouldn't just say, "Hey, you're the reason why I had to leave my high school." or I'm sorry, not the reason, but you're the reason why I didn't learn all as much as I should have. No, I wouldn't say that, but I would just ask her some questions like, "Hey, what made you think that this is a good idea? And have you learned your lesson?"
If we ever meet her, babes,
Yeah.
I would be willing to play good cop, bad cop, to where you get to be all nice to her and say, you know, you really affected my life, but I've gotten over it, and I forgive you, and you're still my sister in Christ.
Well, I don't know if she is one.
And I would pull out a can of verbal whip ass.
No. You don't want to do that.
Verbally, babes, not physically.
Bubs.
What?
You know that expression, you get more flies with honey?
Yes, that's why we have you playing the good cop.
No, we're not going to do good cop, bad cop. You only know the negative stuff about this woman. She was actually a very nice person when I first came to Washington. She was very helpful, but I think her biggest fault was that she didn't have anyone helping her. She worked by herself. I think she may have been one of, I don't even know how many VI teachers were in my district, to tell you the truth, but she was carrying a very, very heavy load.
But
not that what she did was excusable.
Okay, but what I think I heard from your mom was it turns out that this lady was faking her degrees, right? Or did your mom
She was not certified. She was not certified.
Yeah.
Apparently. So I don't know how she was able to pass the bar.
Oh.
To become a teacher.
Interesting, babes.
I don't know how she was going to do that. I would imagine that she probably has other jobs on the side. I will tell you this, though.
What's up?
There was one time when we were going over the Deck Talk voices, and I can say that because she probably wouldn't listen to this.
Yeah.
We were going over the Deck Talk voices, and one of the voices was kind of like at a whisper, and she made a comment, "Wow, that sounds like an obscene operator." And I'm thinking to myself, how would she know that?
Maybe she was a sex operator.
Or maybe she called one of those places that I'm like, I don't really want. I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to know. I'm happy not knowing.
Hey, teachers can be freaks too.
Apparently, some of them can, because there are some people that used to be teachers and then they have they're a content creator, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
We know what that means.
Yeah.
And what's really disturbing is some of them were former teachers and their students will see their content, and I'm like, or subscribe to their content rather. And I'm like, okay, that's really weird to me. I just think it's very strange.
I don't think that's too bizarre if the kids are now of age.
I don't know how old these students were, so I can't say.
But a teacher at the end of the day is just a person. And
the teacher is at the end of the day a person, but you have to also remember, when they're a teacher, they have an obligation to teach their students. And I don't know, who knows? I mean, maybe they made it sound like they made the best decision ever. But who knows? Maybe they didn't really make the best decision ever, and they wanted to put their best foot forward on the show that they were on. So
I'm a little bit confused now.
What
do you mean they made it sound like it's the best decision ever?
Because when I watched this episode
of
Dr. Phil,
of course, go ahead.
Well, Bubs, he has provocative topics. That's the only reason why I watch it. Okay. Anyway, and I don't watch it all the time. Anyway, they were making it sound like it was the best thing to leave their profession and make adult content, or some of the content is adult, and that they were richer than they've ever been, and they've been able to buy a house, and they've been able to provide for their children. So I don't know. You
could look at it like they're just lying, or you could take the other view of, well, maybe this is why we need to pay teachers more, so that they don't leave the field and that they stay in.
Yeah.
And can actually focus on these kids.
And then there was another teacher that before she got married and before she got married and had kids, she was a porn star, but she got out of that field, and I think she was helping teachers that were that did get into the adult content field, wanting to get out of it.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So she was the only one that had an opposite view of what the other teachers were doing. She didn't come at them, but she had concerns. Her and her husband had concerns about these people that were putting themselves out there.
I mean, it's a great, like, provocative headline. Kindergarten teacher does S&M stuff on YouTube or Instagram, right? But at the end of the day, they're just trying to make money. They want to provide for themselves or their family. And it kind of, again, speaks to the injustice in our country that we can't pay teachers enough just to live off their salary.
I think that you're right. I think teachers need to be paid a lot more than they should, because it's a noble profession.
Mm-hmm.
But what I do have a problem with is if they are still teachers and their students are younger than 18, and they're grabbing onto this content. I think it's very dangerous.
I don't know, babes. That's above my pay grade.
Okay. I think the teachers that were doing this stuff were no longer teachers, though. I never heard of a teacher that still does it.
Nice.
Or does it.
I remember being a kid and thinking to myself, wouldn't it be funny if I found out that I had a teacher who was all about that club life?
My goodness.
I don't think that ever happened, though.
No.
I mean, in my world.
Yeah, I think a lot of teachers do take their job seriously.
Yeah, and you could be a complex person, teach during the week, and at the night or weekends, rather, be involved with a phone sex hotline.
Yeah, I never asked. By the way, I never asked her. I didn't want to know. I just thought it was really weird that she said it.
Yes.
So.
Well, hopefully she's in the bad place now.
I don't know. I don't really have a desire to find her. So.
Nice.
I mean, I really don't. I think I wish her well, and.
I do too.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I was saying hopefully, meaning that other people.
You're the one who
called... I think that's what your mom hopes.
No, Bubs, you're the one who called her the C-word, Bub.
Oh.
Well. But I wish her well, and whatever she does, I hope she likes what she's doing, and I hope that she's actually certified. But
I hope that she really likes ruining education for kids.
The whole thing was just sad. I mean, and all my other teachers were certified O&M instructors and certified VIP or VI teachers.
Nice.
So anyway, that's enough of that.
Oh, good.
No complaining.
Yeah, and who knows? She might be dead now and hanging out with Satan and his goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Even though she is your sister in Christ.
I don't know if she is.
Oh.
I have no idea.
Oh, good. I got a question for you.
Uh-oh.
So you know how people use the term brothers in Christ, sisters in Christ,
yeah.
all that type of stuff?
Yeah.
So let's say that there's a Christian couple.
Yeah.
And so it's like a man and a woman, right?
Yeah.
Are they brother and sister in Christ, or are they husband and wife?
Well, they're still husband and wife, but in God's family, they're brother and sister in Christ. But it's an entire family of people. It's not like they're brother and sister and they're married.
Mm.
Because God is in charge of a big family. So it's like beyond their marriage. Because when they get to heaven, they won't be married anymore. So they're going to be part of God's family in heaven.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're still brother and sister spiritually, but physically no.
Okay, so you spent your lifetime with a person doing various things, and then both of you die around the same time and presumably go to heaven in this scenario.
Uh-huh.
Is it like one of those things to where if you see each other in the streets or at a big event, it's like, hey, I'm cool with you? Or do you guys actually hang out, kick it and go to concerts on the weekends?
I don't know, Bubs. I have no idea.
Mm.
Bubs, you're assuming that I know what heaven's going to be like, and I really don't.
That's fair.
But I do know that when couples die, either separately or apart, and they go to heaven, their marriage is over. They're not physically married anymore because in heaven it's spiritual.
Wow.
They are they are they're no longer married. But marriage is supposed to symbolize Jesus as the groom and his church being his bride, but it's a spiritual marriage.
Okay, question for you.
What?
Let's say we get married and then like I die, I don't know, shortly after, and then eventually you die.
Mm-hmm.
And we both end up in the good place. You know, when I'm not hanging out and I'm just like chilling with my friends in heaven, can I just say, oh yeah, I used to be married to her and it's weird she won't even talk to me now?
Bubs.
What?
I don't know.
Okay.
Bubs, you're funny. Your questions are funny. Your questions are funny.
Well, I'm interested in this stuff, Dave.
I don't know, Bubs. I have no idea.
Oh.
I have no idea. I think you will remember me, but I don't know if you'll think of me that way anymore.
Wow. Interesting.
But God will know that we were married.
Oh.
If we get married.
If we get married.
But
So,
what?
And if I have exes who make it to heaven, right? And they see me up there, it's not going to be like, hey, we used to, back in the day. It's just going to be like, oh, it's cool seeing you again.
I think it's going to be that way more than the other way.
Nice.
Well, remember, Bubs, Earth, I think our mindset on Earth is going to be different than our mindsets in heaven. I think it's going to be a totally, totally different what do you call it? It's going to be a totally different realm of everything.
Very good there, Jaylo.
Very good there. Yeah. But inquisitive you are.
That's what you need to be in this world.
You're inquisitive boy.
I'm inquisitive boy. What if we die and we find out that my soulmate is your fake VI teacher and your soulmate is that dude who pissed me off on the Washington trip?
Bubs. Weird.
I don't know.
But he's not there. He's not all there though.
I know. And he's probably going to the bad place.
I don't know.
Oh.
We don't know that, Bubs. You can't make that judgment.
Babes.
Yeah.
I told you something that I thought I heard on NPR.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find evidence for it this morning. We're in bed chilling out. And we started talking about who's that dude, Ray Rice.
Ray Rice, yeah.
Yeah, and you said he beat his wife or his girlfriend or whatever it was.
I think his fiance.
And this guy should be in jail. I made the counter argument, yeah, but you have to understand he probably doesn't know what's going on because he played in the NFL and all those people have brain damage. You took a little bit of umbrage with that, and I said, but it's like the one sport to where there's like a lot of people in their late 20s with dementia. We asked Miss A, I Googled it, and the headlines didn't look great, but I couldn't find anything about like football players in their 20s having dementia. I'm going to research that more because I could have sworn I've heard that.
Yeah, because now I understand. There was a guy named Chris Benoit. You heard of him?
The wrestler dude who
a wrestler, yeah, in sports, yeah. Chris Benoit, he killed him and his wife and his son. And he had significant brain damage. I know about that one. So I guess in any sport it could happen if you're hit hard enough.
No, but it's more likely to happen in sports to where you take continuous hits to the head, like in football. Or wrestling too. Like
wrestling if you're on the ground.
Yeah, like there's I think it's in that documentary Beyond the Mat where they show Mick Foley and he talks about how he can't remember how to drive home half the time.
Wow.
And I think he was only in his late 30s at the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when did this documentary come out?
I want to say 99.
Wow. In his 40s. I heard that
30s.
there was 30s. I heard that there was a wrestler, a retired wrestler who would help other wrestlers get in shape. But it would be like these really good exercises. Like he would help work them out. And I forgot what the guy's name was.
Yeah, wrestling is super crazy.
Yes, it is, and some wrestlers have beef with other wrestlers, and
But a lot of that is also fake, too.
A lot of it is fake, but yeah.
Yes.
And they come up with these elaborate scenarios in their stories. I heard about when China was a wrestler. I remember when I was going to a program in Seattle in my early 20s, and one of the guys that lived above me used to watch WWE SmackDown, and I was never interested in that. And he said that he really liked China, and I'm thinking, why?
He told me that. You told me that several times.
I know, but it was just wrestling came up, and I never got the WWE SmackDown thing.
I watched it a little bit as a teenager because it seemed kind of fun, but I never took it as like something serious.
Mm-hmm.
It was always just, I can laugh at this.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't like, oh, Triple H is the best wrestler ever, and The Rock sucks this week. It's like, okay, these guys know how to wrestle. They're putting on a show. It's kind of fun. That type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's how I feel about that there, Jaylo.
Yes.
I've been getting into a book called Ghost Soldiers.
Yes.
And it's about the Japanese occupation of the Philippines during World War II. A lot of U.S. soldiers surrendered. There was this thing to where this guy who was in charge of this battalion, I guess they call it, decided that he was going to surrender to the Japanese, but he didn't tell his superiors that until like the last minute. He sent a letter in, and he was basically going rogue and making this decision. And he even said as he's going up to surrender, he almost got killed by a couple of, fighter planes and whatnot, but he decided to do it anyway. The way I understand it is, even though Japan took control over the Philippines, most of the Filipinos were on the side of the Americans during this thing.
Wow.
So they thought it was going to be like 10,000 people surrendering. It ended up being closer to 100,000. And a lot of them, because they were surrendering, weren't necessarily in the best health. It's a very crazy story. At one point, they talk about this dude who had a ring on, and a Japanese soldier wanted it, but the guy couldn't get the ring to leave his hand. Japanese dude tries to pull it off. So instead, he has the guy hold onto a tree, and the Japanese soldier takes a bayonet and chops off the finger so he can get the ring.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That almost sounds like what happened in Lord of the Rings.
I wouldn't know. I keep falling asleep whenever I try to watch it.
No. You got to hear the dramatized version. It's really good. Well, I can't tell you what happened. You have to hear it. It was really good though, and they're done by real British actors.
Nice, not fake ones, not Madonna or anything.
No, not Madonna with the British accent. It's so annoying.
I think she's gotten rid of it now.
You think so?
Yeah, she's trying to do like a world tour apparently.
Oh. I don't know, for as long as I've heard her music and I've heard interviews, she sounds like she has like a slight accent that's really fake.
I don't know if that's still the case. I think she's one of those people, babes, who still sees herself as super relevant, even though nobody really listens to her music anymore.
I think she does. I wonder if she knows Spanish fluently.
I don't know, babes.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
But yeah, she does sound slightly British.
Oh.
But it's fake.
Well, good.
But then I heard that she has lived in England for a while.
Yeah, she has.
Yes.
But it's an interesting book, Ghost Soldiers. And they started off by telling the story of this ambush that the Japanese did on their prisoners. They had something like 500 prisoners and only 11 survived. And it was near the end of the war.
Really?
They tell other stories in the book about how the American soldiers who were captured had to make sure that they didn't have anything on them that said made in Japan, because the Japanese soldiers would just assume that meant that they stole it from one of their colleagues and that they would get killed right on the spot.
Wow.
It's a good book so far. I'm not too far into it, but I'm enjoying it.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yes, I am. And I finished that book, The Billionaire Raj.
Oh, wow.
About, the upper class in India. And they were talking a lot about Modi, who's basically running things over there.
Mm.
I have a really good friend of mine from Kerala, which is a state in India.
Mm-hmm.
And he hates Modi. Like, he was telling, because Modi's like the super Hindu radical, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And according to my friend, which I know this is very gossipy,
yeah, it is.
In some small towns in India, you could get murdered if you have beef.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because of Modi.
And I was telling you that I knew someone who, I think she came from a missionary family, and they lived in India for a while, and if you did eat beef, you had to buy it off the black market.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which makes sense.
You don't know what else they're putting in there.
Probably beef.
I don't know, babes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh, my nose. Oh, you broke my nose. Oh.
What?
You broke my nose. Oh.
No, your nose is still there.
Oh, good.
You can still smell.
Modi claims to be a virgin.
Oh.
Which I find very weird.
I don't think it's all that weird if
Why not?
Well, I mean, that's his choice, I mean, I don't know how old this guy is, but
I think he's in his late 50s.
Oh, well, I mean, some people make choices like that and you don't always understand it, and some people decide that they want to be single for the rest of their life, and I just say, if that's what you want to do, then it's not hurting anybody else.
Well, I mean, I would make the argument maybe that's why he's such a tyrant. If he got some of that gash, maybe he'd lighten up a bit. What? Ow. What?
Bubs!
What?
Why do you have to get so perverted all the time?
I don't have to get perverted.
You did.
What did I say that was so perverted?
Gash, really?
I didn't think you liked the P word. But let me rephrase this without an attack. If he got some pussy. What?
That's not... Bubs.
I thought that was bad one.
No.
Well, I thought that was a medical term.
Bubs, it's not.
Okay. Let me try this again one last time.
Let me say it the way that I would say it.
Go ahead.
You're basically saying if he had enough sex, then he would probably be a nicer person. I don't know if that's true.
I think he'd be a little bit less stressed out.
Well, there are other things to do besides having sex that can actually unstress you.
Okay, yes, but that is part of the human condition.
But sex isn't an end-all be-all thing either. I mean, he could exercise. He could get involved in things that he wants to do, like different causes or even organizations.
Yeah,
like he's in the arts.
He is involved in things he wants to do, and it's oppressing the people of India.
I mean, besides that, he doesn't have to channel all of his energy into sex.
I don't think all of his energy, but I think some of it would be helpful.
Well, that's probably what he doesn't want to do. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
I think he would feel...
I think it's funny that the people who claim that one phrase live and let live will make fun of people that don't have sex when they're way into adulthood, and they make it sound like that's the one thing that will make them live. I just think it's ridiculous.
It's not the one thing that'll make you live. I also think it's funny that there are people who all they can talk about is sex, right? That's another extreme too. But what I am saying is if you're a world leader, well, part of the benefits to that is you can have sex with basically whoever you want. And he's not taking advantage of that.
But I'm saying that I think it's funny that the people who talk about sex all the time are the first people to make people that choose to be virgins as subhuman.
Right, but in this case...
And he's not a subhuman.
He's not a subhuman, but he is torturing his own people.
He is, but I don't think that sex is going to solve his problem.
I don't think sex by itself is going to solve his problem, but I think that the fact that he's a virgin in his 50s probably doesn't help the people of India that much. Yeah,
well, I think he needs an attitude adjustment for sure. But that and also too, I think he needs to have a change of heart. That's the biggest thing here. He doesn't have to be a Hindu radical.
No, He can have some sex.
It's not going to help anything.
You don't know that. And so far, not having sex has really done the people of India a disservice.
Oh my goodness. Who cares?
Well, don't you want the people of India to prosper?
No, they need to get rid of this guy. That's what they need to do. They need to get him out of office or whatever it's called. He can't be the dictator anymore. There needs to be someone that won't dictate.
Okay, I think in fairness to him, he wins political office.
Yeah.
Like he wins elections. And they were saying in the book that he's never lost an election. Wow. Now, having said that, I've heard people say that he is running India like a dictatorship. Mm-hmm. I would just say, babes, that let's hook him up with somebody. Let's invite him over to dinner next
It's
week.
not gonna, Bubs.
We'll have some chicken because he can't eat cow.
I don't want to have a dictator over in my house for dinner.
Oh.
And if you're gonna do that, then you should eat alone with him in your apartment.
I don't want to do that.
I'm not gonna do it either.
No, all jokes aside, I think that would take the edge off if Modi had a sexual relationship. And by the way, we know that this is what he's saying publicly. He could be a freak behind the scenes. However, I don't know why an adult man in his 50s would claim to be a virgin.
I'm sorry. I don't care about people's sex lives. You seem to be obsessed with it. I think that I don't care. I think that if he decides he wants to be a virgin for the rest of his life, good for him. If he doesn't, that's fine. But I don't care about people's personal sex life.
You don't think that it's interesting that a major world leader...
No, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about anybody's sex lives, to tell you the truth. It's not my thing.
Wow.
You seem to like sex lives and beefs.
Oh, and you mean like disagreements when you're talking about
beefs.
Yes.
Not beef, even though I know you like beef, but beefs, sex lives and beefs. That's what you seem to like a lot.
I am into that stuff.
I'm not too interested.
I do think in Modi's case, it's relevant considering the amount of power he has.
So, who cares?
Who cares, Bob?
I don't care.
Who cares?
You can go around in circles and think about it all day if you want to, but I'm not interested.
It does kind of make me wish that I could hang out with this guy just so I could tell him some of my old stories. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't have a lot. I'm not Casanova or anything. But something tells me I have more than Modi. And, like, what's the point of acquiring all this power if you can't do anything cool with it? I don't know.
You're impossible sometimes.
Why?
No, I don't know what to do with you. Ugh.
Now, we're also seeing the version of Alana who, like is a strong word, but has done some stuff to make her family think of her as asexual when that's not the case. What? You have? No, I'm saying that's not the case, but you would like your family to think that.
No, I never said that.
Okay, good.
I just don't tell them stuff. I don't tell them everything because I don't need to tell them everything. They're just some parts that I'm very private about.
Nice, but you don't want them believing that. One, that's not true, but you don't want them to believe that. You're asexual.
No, of course not.
Oh, good. Give me a kiss.
Bubs, really?
What?
You're being ornery this morning.
No, I'm not saying it. I'm just saying you present yourself a certain way.
No, you're assuming that I present myself a certain way. There's a difference.
All right, well, give me a kiss.
No.
No, why not?
You're mocking me again.
No, I'm not, so give me a kiss.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not, so give me a kiss.
No.
No, I'm not, so give me a kiss.
I don't think you earned it.
I did.
You did? How?
Because you're upset, and I'm going to make you less upset by giving you a kiss right now.
Is it?
Yep.
Yeah, well.
Oh, my goodness.
My goodness.
Yeah. So what is it with women, babes, and their families to where they don't want their families thinking that they've done anything sexual?
I don't know, because women think about that stuff. You know, some women anyway are people pleasers.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about their kids. Like, they don't want, the extended family to think that they've ever done anything.
I can't speak for all women, but like I said, some women really think about what their family thinks of them.
Wow.
But I don't talk to my family about certain things that has either happened to me or what, because it's just not something I go around talking about.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Nice. Well, I'll remember that, and I'll tell Modi that he has nothing to be ashamed about, except for, the whole dictator thing.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Who was that dude, babes? I think it's one of the guys from Imagine Dragons.
He said that he used to be a Mormon, right?
He was a Mormon, and I think he said that he had sex. One of the guys had only had.
I don't know because I don't know about this group.
Okay,
I don't know too much about
all right, one of the guys in the group, I think it's the drummer, I could be wrong, has only had sex with his wife. And I think the lead singer, he's getting a divorce now, but when he was famous, he had only had sex with his high school girlfriend and then his wife, if I'm remembering the story.
Who became his wife? Or?
Yes. No, she didn't become his wife. He had sex with... After him and his high school girlfriend broke up, he met somebody else. She became his wife. So he's only been with 2 women.
Again, what's wrong with that?
Oh my goodness.
I'm telling you, folks, sex is not the answer to everything.
It's okay.
I'm just saying, don't treat them like they're subhuman.
Well,
that's what I'm trying to say, folks. Don't treat them as if they're weird subhumans.
I'm sure that... what? What's that for?
What are you trying to say, folks?
Let me say it. It's being interrupted. You can't just tickle me. You're right, babes. I'm sure the band Imagine Dragons suffered for years to become famous to only have sex with their wives. And I'm sure that Modi... What? Is... What?
Oh, you keep going on and on.
No, but we're going to drop it, but you got to let me drop it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that Modi is very happy that he's super successful and killing it in life in more ways than one, and has never been with a woman.
Like I said, I don't care.
Oh.
I don't care. Well, I really don't care. They can live their lives as much, the way that they want to. It doesn't make a difference.
Nice. Well, good. Well, hopefully Modi doesn't start a war with Pakistan, and if he does, we kind of know why.
Oh. Would you stop it?
Oh, my goodness. But The Billionaire Raj is a pretty good book.
It's funny, you're talking about The Billionaire Raj, and then we went over here.
Because the author says in the book, according to Modi's official biography, he's still a virgin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And I don't know why anybody would lie about that.
Modi almost sounds like Moby, but that's a
different
person. Modi sounds like an artist's name.
Yeah.
But it's Moby.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's Modi is an interesting dude. But
I guess. I don't know much about this Modi dude.
Well, now you know a little bit more.
More than I need to know. But I love you.
I love you too, babes. Well, Jaylo.
Yep.
I read a book earlier this week about Stuart Brand.
Mm-hmm.
And it was super interesting. He started the Whole Earth catalog, which I don't know if it was a big seller, but it was very influential in the tech community. Steve Jobs talked about the Whole Earth catalog in a famous commencement speech he did. That's all over YouTube. And I know it's super interesting learning about his life, that he was born into money. But a lot of these hippies were, I've noticed. When you talk about people from the 60s,
mm-hmm.
They were born into money, and then they turn against their parents until it's time for the reading of the will. And then they're,
right. And they want their money.
Yeah, exactly. They hate money until it's time to get some.
Right.
Brand famously, when he ended the Whole Earth catalog for the first time before bringing it back, because of course everything needs to be brought back, he had this party and he brought $20,000 in cash to give away.
Oh yeah.
He passed around a microphone to the audience. At one point, somebody takes like $5,000 and they can't find it. So they end up giving $15,000 in cash to this guy, saying that he doesn't want the money. And the guy ends up starting some like computer club. This was in the 1970s. That's very influential around Southern California.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of interesting. He's lived a bizarre life, Stuart Brand.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of this dude?
I don't know. I don't know much about him.
Oh. Well, good. He had a child with some lady who wasn't his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And,
he had an affair with her then.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Back in the 70s, though.
Uh-oh.
Yes. So it's good stuff, babe.
Did he stay with his wife?
Well, he wasn't married at the time. I should phrase it like that. And then he got a partner after this other lady gave birth to their son. And I think Stuart Brand stayed in contact with the kid. Yeah. I like the hippie ideals, but sometimes they can be a little bit too much.
But aren't hipsters the same as hippies, but they're younger?
They're like, you know how there was Star Trek and then we had Star Trek The Next Generation?
Uh-huh.
The hipsters to me are like Star Trek The Next Generation.
Okay.
You know, a little bit different, but the basic template is the same.
How are their clothing choices?
I don't know. I guess they wear a lot of flannel. At least that's
flannel.
My perception of it. I'm not a hipster myself, though. But they say that people who say they're not hipsters really are. Yeah.
Hipsters?
Yeah.
Well, what is the difference? Because I'm not even sure. I know that you told me that they play guitars. A lot of them play guitars and they eat granola.
Yes.
And
they're usually mad about stuff. And a lot of them live in places like Portland, Oregon.
So they're raging hippies.
Yeah. Raging is a strong term.
Well, what would it be then?
They have a lot of the hippie ideals, I guess.
But they're not really hippies.
It's different, but it's similar.
Oh. There's
a lot of crossover, I guess. I guess not crossover, but yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
But you know when somebody says like, "Oh, this looks like a hipster look."
Yeah.
Is that what they mean by that?
That's what they mean. They have granolas and guitars and all that good
and
stuff.
Flannel.
And flannel.
Flannel is warm.
Yeah, I like it, but...
No. They're like young Al Borland.
Who's Al Borland? Oh yeah, the dude from Tool Time.
Well, yeah, because he wore flannel a lot.
Yeah, he's from the Northwest.
I know.
Richard Karn.
Richard Karn, yep.
Yep,
he is from the Northwest, and he went to Cascade High.
Nice.
He went to Cascade High, the same school as Patrick Duffy.
Very good.
Yeah, I that's why I remember, because they were both Washingtonians.
Well, I'm happy for them, babes, and I'm happy for Tim Allen that he no longer sells cocaine.
Oh, he was a drug addict at one time.
He was a drug dealer. He went to prison for 3 years.
Oh, I heard that him and Richard Karn started some kind of a show on online, but they're actually doing Tool stuff. They're not. It's not like a Tool Time show where somebody gets hurt.
Oh, it's like an act. Oh, that might actually be kind of fun.
I heard that was my friend told me about it the other day, and I'm like, what's the name of it? And I think he's like, oh, I gotta find out what it is, but I think it's online, and it sounds like it could be fun.
You know, the show that I've been getting into recently is Jamie and Julia, where it's this chef, and he kind of reminds me of Charlie from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
He reads recipes from Julia Child's cookbooks. Like, I think it started off with Mastering the Art of French Cooking, but he's since bought other books from her. And he tries to recreate the recipes. Sometimes he gets it right, but a lot of times it just doesn't come out the way it's supposed to. It's a fun YouTube series.
And you said you've been watching it and you were just laughing because you said that the French jelly roll he made, he forgot to make the filling before the cake.
Well,
or the cake before the filling or whatever it was.
I think the way he presented it is you're supposed to make the filling and add it to the cake like 20 minutes after you pull the cake part of it out, the dough part of the oven. But the recipe for the filling doesn't appear until after it tells you how to make the dough. Mm-hmm. And it's phrased like this should be ready by the time it's done. Oh. So like the filling should be ready to put in the dough.
Right.
But it takes longer to make it than it does for the dough to cool off. Mm-hmm. So his bone of contention was it should have been written a little bit differently.
Oh.
Yeah.
What about the one where you told me that he said, well, I was supposed to put 5 cups of wine in this thing, but I think a bottle of wine is going to help.
And it's like 3 cups.
And it's only 3 cups.
The one that he has.
And I'm going to go to bed.
Because he's supposed to flip it every hour. And he's like, I'll try to flip it, but it's late. I'm going to go get some sleep at some point.
Is that a new YouTube channel?
I think it's been around for a while.
That's funny.
Yeah. And the name of the show is Jamie and Julia, but I think his YouTube channel is something like, what is it, like the Anti-Chef. The Anti-Chef is the name of the YouTube channel.
Wow.
Yeah.
But when you were telling me that you said it was really funny.
I'm enjoying it, babes.
Yeah, cooking shows are fun.
They are.
I always like watching cooking competitions where something either funny or something really bad happens in the middle of cooking or baking, and they're supposed to present it.
I don't really dig that stuff normally because it always feels staged.
Yeah.
But I like watching those shows because you can learn stuff about cooking if you pay attention.
And some of them are so elaborate, like their cupcakes are elaborate or their cakes are elaborate, and they're like, oh, I'm going to put some fondant here. I'm going to make like a chocolate whatever, like a chocolate ganache to go on top of this to make it look like this. It's really educational, really.
It can be.
Yeah.
Yes. Speaking of educational,
yes,
we cooked last night.
Yes, we did.
What did we make?
We made it's called the chopped cheese sandwich, and we were trying to make it in the style of Brian. What's his channel's name?
Is it Landry? It's the Brian Landry channel. I don't remember.
But I don't know what his last name is, but he's a really good cook.
Yeah. He did it with like hoagie rolls. We did ours with Kaiser rolls, so they came out more like cheeseburgers.
He actually did it with Kaiser rolls.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he did it with Kaiser rolls, but he said you could use hoagie or Kaisers.
I thought he did it with hoagie, but maybe I'm just remembering that wrong. But he talked about Kaiser rolls.
Yeah.
Which is why we got them.
Hoagies are easy to use because they're sliced already, it seems to me. Or you can get them sliced.
Next time we'll do it that way.
Yeah, but it turned out super good, and it was really cheesy. We did not have any room for ketchup, surprisingly.
No, because we were packing everything in there.
Uh-huh. The cheese, the 3 cheeses, and the lettuce, and tomatoes, and onions. So we had quite a... I had 2 burgers, and already I was full, but you had 4.
I stopped at 4.
You stopped at 4? I couldn't believe it. Where did I go?
It was easy to stop, too, because we were out of Kaiser rolls, so...
Well, I said, okay. Well, if you want to eat them, then go use up as much of the beef as you want, and I'll be right here because I can't eat anymore.
Nice.
Because you're saying you want another one. I'm like, no, I'm full.
It was good.
It was very good.
Yes.
It tastes like the burgers that my dad would be making.
I could see that.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, it was fun.
Yes, it was.
And the steak seasoning, oh.
That's good stuff.
That made that burger taste so good. It was really good.
And then after that, we watched a couple of documentaries.
We did. Now, the first one we watched was Montage of Heck, which was about Kurt Cobain. That one was good, but it was really disturbing to me.
Why?
Well, it wasn't just the stuff that he wrote in his journals, because remember when he was writing about, I wanted to have sex, and I was trying to have sex with this girl that was in a special ed class?
I think what had happened was he might have written that in his journals, but they have recordings that I'm pretty sure he made at home, and they're playing them in the documentary, and he's talking about this girl. Mm-hmm. The one that you just referenced.
Yeah, that was kind of disturbing, and they interviewed like his mom and his dad and his stepmom, and how he was very unruly, and it was really sad because he was passed around from relative to relative. Mm-hmm. And they just got tired of him, and they didn't know how to deal with him because he was so rebellious. And his mom was saying that he liked playing with toys, and he was a very he's a very interesting kid.
Most kids do like playing with toys, though.
No, you know what I mean. Like he had an interesting brain.
Yes,
he wanted to do stuff.
Yes,
that's what I meant to say.
Oh, well, good.
It was kind of cool seeing him as a little boy.
Yeah,
yeah.
And then he like gets older. You get to see how Nirvana progresses. Eventually, becomes like the biggest thing in music.
And his excuse me, his speaking voice sounded different than his singing voice.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. And then we see his first girlfriend, who you told me what?
I don't know if I want to repeat that here.
Let's just say that she didn't look the same as she did in her younger pictures.
Let's just put it that way. Yeah, that's nice. The nice way of putting it.
Yeah. She didn't look the same as she did in her younger pictures.
No.
So she was talking about, I would be supporting him and he would be, painting and doing whatever.
Creating songs.
Like, so by the time I got back, he's like, I created a song.
Mm-hmm.
Or, wow, but he was, it seemed like even if he wasn't doing a 9-to-5 job, he was always doing something creative.
That's the sense I got.
Yeah. What?
I was just going to say, I don't think that they interviewed Dave Grohl for this documentary. I know that they have some old footage of him, but I don't think that there's like a new interview of him.
No, it's only Chris Novosek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Anyway, I liked how they played his music, and they also showed like their performances on stage, and they also showed Courtney Love talking about how they met.
A fellow MLC person.
Yes.
You
have to tell that story after this. Courtney Love, I mean, when she was being interviewed, she still sounded like she was strung out on something.
Yeah, I don't know if she is these days, but it wouldn't surprise me.
They also showed footage after they got married and had their daughter Frances, and I guess they did have her for a while because they showed clips of them taking care of the baby, and it sounded like Kurt was trying to be a good dad to the baby. But it also sounded to me like
they were junkies.
And Courtney Love seemed like the more dominant person in the relationship.
And like there's parts of the movie, I think it's before the Frances Bean footage, where she's talking to him about, guys can cheat on the road. This is why I wouldn't want you to go out on the road without me. And they're like she's reading like excerpts from magazines about her and
they really really didn't like her. He got mad at a reporter for saying stuff about his wife, about Courtney, and he let him know on his answering machine.
There's one point, babes, where it's the interview that she did for the movie, and she's saying, I never cheated on Kurt, but I came really close once in England. And I don't know how he knew it, but somehow he knew, and that's when he overdosed in Rome.
Wow. Yeah. I don't believe that he killed himself just because of that. Because remember when they asked him, so what do you about the night that he almost killed himself? I don't know that he overdosed because of it. I think he was depressed for a really long time. And whether or not Courtney was in his life or not, I think he would have still been depressed.
Having said that, I don't think that she helped the situation.
No, she wasn't exactly stable herself. And I don't know why they chose that footage to cut baby Frances Bean's hair. She wasn't having it.
No.
And why did he choose his daughter's birthday party to get high?
Exactly. That's what it made it seem like in the film.
Yeah, but I guess if you're addicted to something that much, you'll do anything to get it.
But like another thing I liked from the home movie stuff was it was before Frances Bean was born, and he's doing a version of "And I Love Her" from the Beatles. That was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, because that was when she was in bed and he wakes her up, right? Yeah. It was interesting kind of seeing into their lives, but I already knew that they weren't always perfect together either.
Yeah, we're watching two 90s drug addicts. And one of them is a really good musician, and the other one is still alive, named Courtney Love.
Yeah. I don't even think she's a great singer either. But then I'm not a fan of Hole either.
No, I don't know if this is true. The rumor was that Kurt Cobain wrote the first Hole album.
Huh.
And that, like, I think they did like 2 other albums after that, but that it was mainly other people who wrote the Hole albums after Kurt died, but that she was just kind of like the singer and wasn't that involved in the creation of them. Again, that could just be like hearsay.
Mm.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Yes. But when I was a student in MLC, it was like a super big deal that Courtney Love used to go there.
Wow.
Yeah. And I knew teachers who remembered her from back in the day.
But she didn't grow up in the Northwest that you know of, right?
I believe she was raised in upper state New York and eventually found herself here in the Northwest.
But then when she was in Hole, it was based out of LA too.
They say that in the documentary when they played that clip from MTV.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I always thought that Hole was a Seattle band.
I thought so too.
They had that drummer who died like 3 months after Kurt Cobain. She drowned herself in her bathtub.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you remember that story.
No, I don't actually.
Yeah, I think she was the drummer for Hole. She might have OD'd. It was like July of 1994, and she drowned in her bathtub in downtown Seattle.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy stuff, babes.
It is.
But you're still a fan of Courtney Love, or no?
No, I'm not. I never was. I thought she was just a total drug addict, and I thought she was crazy. Mm-hmm. And she has no business. I don't know if she has any business raising her daughter.
Well, her daughter's like 30 years old now.
Her daughter's 30 years old, so I don't know. You said that you don't think that you heard that she doesn't talk to her mom anymore.
That's a rumor I heard. And I think that was like an online thing. Like Courtney Love tried to contact her daughter on Twitter a few years ago. If I'm remembering it right.
Yeah, wow.
Yes.
But I remember when Courtney was like, oh yeah, we want to have a baby right away. And I'm thinking, I don't know. You guys don't seem stable enough to have kids.
No.
But she wanted a baby. Yep. They both wanted a baby.
And they got a baby.
But it seemed to me like Kurt was more the submissive person.
Yes.
And I did think it was kind of endearing when they were interacting with the baby, because it did seem like they really did love their child.
I hear you.
I mean, I don't know. What do I know?
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. And on some level, they probably did.
Yeah, they probably did love their child, but they just were not in the best of health, and they were just they're just doing horrible things to each other.
Yeah, they did the best that they could, considering that they were like super rich drug addicts. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yes. Yes. I liked it a lot. This is the second time I saw it. It also is weird because, growing up in the Northwest, Nirvana I'm sure they were huge all over the country.
Oh, yeah.
But they were especially huge in this area.
Yes.
Yeah.
You saw them everywhere on MTV.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I did not watch 120 Minutes.
Yeah, they featured a clip from 120 Minutes.
Yeah.
Of them being interviewed. I think it's before they really blew up, though. But it was good.
Wow.
It was good. What does this documentary teach us about getting what you want?
What do you mean exactly?
Because Kurt Cobain wanted to be a famous dude, and he achieves it. According to Courtney Love, he wanted to have a kid. He gets that, and yet he's still not happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's almost like be careful what you wish for, but when you get it, what are you going to do? Mm-hmm. What are you going to do now that you have it? Are you going to go for it and make your life better, or are you going to ruin your life even more?
Yeah.
So it's interesting. It's a dichotomy, I guess you could say, if that's the right word.
I go back and forth with something.
Mm-hmm.
If Kurt Cobain was still alive, would he be still this revered artist who everybody loves, or most people? Or would it be one of those things to where he would have burnt out fairly quickly?
I think he would have burnt out.
You do?
Yeah. Or it could be the opposite. He could reinvent himself.
Yeah, like I know that Dave Grohl is obviously a different person, but he was in Nirvana, and then he went on to have a lot of success with the Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
And I don't know, but I've heard rumors that Nirvana was sort of like unofficially broken up when Kurt Cobain died.
Yeah.
But you wonder, maybe he would have started another band or would have, done a solo career or something. But it's also possible that he would have burned out.
Yeah. I mean, he just went all in.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't want to do anything else.
Yeah, it was either getting high with Courtney Love or being with the band.
Right.
Oh, that must have drove them crazy, having to be around Courtney Love.
I think it would, because it doesn't sound like she'd be an easy person to get along with.
No, it seems like she's probably, means well, but she's just very intense.
She's very intense. She's kind of in your face, I would imagine.
Yeah.
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 So,
I've never met her. But she is featured in that book, The Game.
Oh, yeah?
By Neil Strauss, yeah.
Oh, yeah? What did they say about her?
Well, if I remember the book right, she ends up living in this house where all these pickup artists are.
Uh-huh.
And this is, I want to say, the early 2000s. At one point, she's telling a group of people how great it is having a kid. But meanwhile, what's her name? Frances was only 10 at the time, and she's not with Courtney Love. You know what I mean?
Like yeah.
Yeah, and it ain't like she has another parent to go to. So, I don't know. It's an interesting book, though.
I want to know who raised Frances, because I don't think it was Courtney Love.
I did.
You did?
No, I didn't.
You did?
No, I think it was Modi.
Oh, my goodness.
No, I don't know.
No, maybe it was Moby.
Moby. I wonder what she's like, Frances.
Well, I hope she's not like her mother.
No.
But yeah, I know a lot of people were just saying some stuff about Courtney, but she kind of, she kind of portrays herself the way that other people are looking at her as.
Exactly.
It's not like it's a secret or anything.
I would agree with that, babes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And then, Jaylo.
And then
we watched Project Nim.
I like this one too. So I liked Montage of Heck. I like this one too, Project Nim. But there were some very disturbing things in both documentaries, and I think there was some more disturbing things in here. I
would agree with you, by the way.
Let's start with where he lived in the beginning.
Okay, so he's born in what I think is a sanctuary for chimps in Oklahoma.
In 1973.
1973. He's quickly taken out of that environment because a professor, I forgot the dude's name.
Dr. Lemon, Herb, I think his name is Herb Lemon.
Herb Lemon wants to see if it's possible to communicate with chimps on a deeper level. And
through sign language.
Herb had a graduate student whose name is Laura. Herb gives Nim, the chimp, to Laura to raise. And Laura had just recently married her second husband. Between them, they had 7 kids.
Oh, wait a minute. No, you're thinking about Stephanie.
Okay.
Stephanie was the first woman.
Okay. Stephanie.
She's a hippie.
Yes. I mean, I think they're all hippies, but Stephanie...
Well, Stephanie's really hippie.
Really hippie. Mm-hmm. Stephanie was with her second husband. They have a bunch of kids. And Nim is brought into this environment.
And she's thinking, oh, yeah, that's not a big deal. We can teach him how to be a human.
Right.
I mean... It was insane. When he started to get older, what was really disturbing was he wanted her husband out of the way, and she also admitted that she was naked in front of Nim, and he was kind of exploring her physical body. I'm like, that's really disturbing.
I'm gonna say something.
Yeah.
I don't know how much exploring went on. This is Rick's theory. Who knows? I think it's possible that Stephanie and Nim had sex.
I think it's disgusting.
I don't know if they did. I can't prove it.
She didn't. It didn't.
She
go
claims
any farther.
She claims that it was just like exploring. But to me, it's like if that's what you're willing to say in public, my theory is that you two had sex.
Yeah, but Laura wasn't having it. She was very, very disgusted with what Stephanie was doing.
And Stephanie used to smoke weed with your buddy Nim.
Apparently.
Yep. So Laura is brought in to teach Nim sign language.
In a classroom.
In a classroom setting. So she goes over to Stephanie's house, I don't know, a couple times a week. Stephanie is not responsive to this. So eventually the decision is made to take Nim outside of the house. And they find this like big mansion to raise Nim in.
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie goes there. They hire some other people.
That's Laura. That's Stephanie.
I mean, Laura goes there.
Yeah. And they hire Bill and Joyce.
Yep. And since Nim is getting older, he's a little bit more violent.
More aggressive, yep.
Yes, as chimps often become.
And more aggressive sexually.
Yes. Like, they have a cat that's just sort of around the house.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about in the movie about how Nim would sometimes hold the cat up to his crotch.
And then he would surround the cat and just want to lie there with the cat because he just loved that cat.
My grandfather owned a monkey, and and that's not like a joke.
Yeah.
He actually owned a monkey when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me that, so one time my grandfather lived on a horse farm,
mm-hmm.
and he had a bunch of people from this church out to this horse farm that he
mm-hmm.
owned.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like these super religious ladies. The monkey comes over to them and just starts like playing with his crotch in front of them.
Oh, are you serious?
I'm not. I know it sounds funny. I'm not making that up.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. I can't believe that the monkey actually rode on your sister's back.
I know. This was back in the early 90s.
That is so scary. I wouldn't let a monkey do that.
So one, he was a smaller monkey at the time. My grandfather eventually gave him away.
Mm-hmm.
And two, not to make this right, but this was the early 90s before we really knew how strong they were.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the monkey never attacked anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's more out of luck than anything else.
I know. Okay, let's get back to Nim.
Yeah.
So anyway, so they were living in this house taking care of Nim. A lot of people left. There's another woman that came in. She left because Nim pretty much bit all the way into her face almost.
What had happened was, this was around the time that they decided to close down the project. And they're handing him from one person to another, gets to her, and he's kind of like over her shoulder like a baby would be, and
mm-hmm.
he turns around and he bites her face open.
Mm-hmm. Laura leaves, and this is like, I think she got involved with Professor Lemon.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Dr. Lemon, yeah. She had to leave because she's like, I was leaving these people, but I wasn't leaving chimps.
Yep.
But she just got tired of it.
They take Nim back to Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
And he ain't Nim Chimpsky to these folks. He's just your average, everyday chimp. But he hasn't been raised around them.
Mm-hmm.
So he's kind of isolated. He's not getting the treats that he's used to. He's being shocked with these prods all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But there's this one dude named Bob who is... Yeah. Pretty much everybody in this movie is a hippie. And Bob's like a hippie, but he's like, hey, I wanted to become friends with Nim. He seemed kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
So they hang out a lot. You know, they're smoking weed, all that good stuff. And everything's going good, except for this place is having trouble keeping funding. So they eventually agree to sell off their chimps for medical research. Bob is very upset with this.
Mm-hmm.
He starts the campaign through the media. At first, it's not going anywhere. But then this animal rights dude who owns a farm decides to get involved. He buys Nim, takes him to the farm, and puts Nim up in his own house.
Mm-hmm.
But Nim is lonely because he's the only chimp there, so he breaks stuff.
Yeah, it's the Black Beauty Ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black Beauty apparently is also slang for quaaludes, but I've never done that, babes.
Not that.
That's more your stuff. All right. Enough about your past, babes. Okay, come on. Come on. We're not talking about your past today.
Bubs.
Okay, so.
I am not doing that.
Anymore.
I never did.
All right. That's a joke, babes.
No.
Okay. Give me a kiss.
No.
No, it's time to kiss the good boy.
I don't want to.
I'll tell you why you should.
Why?
Because you're stressed right now, and kissing the good boy will help relieve it.
You're saying something as a tool about Jaylo.
Okay. But what is true is this kiss will help you.
Will it?
It did. You're welcome.
Oh my goodness.
He's at the Black Beauty Ranch. He's breaking stuff up.
Yep.
And after he gets to the ranch, the owner doesn't want anything to do with Bob.
Uh-huh.
But they end up putting him in a cage, and your girl Stephanie decides to visit one day. It doesn't go that well, though.
No, because she decides, I want to go there and visit him because he'll know who I am. And the stepdaughter's like, I don't think it's a good idea.
They go there, and Nim sees her, starts freaking out. But at first, it's all good because he's in the cage. So he's upset, but he's not really doing anything. Mm-hmm. Stephanie's like, I want to go inside that cage. Not
a good idea.
Nim almost kills her.
Yeah, he grabs her by the ankle. He's kind of holding her, and the girl's like, oh, no, he's going to like swing her against the wall.
Yeah.
But he doesn't kill her. He just was thinking, she was saying, you know what? You left me, and I wanted to put you in your place because you came to my place.
That's what Stephanie's thinking.
Yeah, and that's what she was saying, and then he just said, I'm not going to hurt, she's just thinking, maybe he was just thinking, I'm not going to hurt you, but I'm mad at you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, which makes sense.
Eventually, the Black Beauty Ranch changes owners, and the new one is receptive to Bob.
Yep.
And we get to see footage of his reunion. What's cool about this film is there's a lot of footage of this stuff.
Yep.
We don't get to see Stephanie dragged around, but,
No.
That would have been fun footage, but I'm just joking.
Oh, my goodness.
We see the reunion between Bob and Nim, and it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And Bob gets more chimps onto this farm so that Nim can have like a social life.
And the reason, and the way that he did that is because there was these people that want to do these research on chimps for new vaccines. Mm-hmm. And they showed some really disturbing footage of the chimps being injected, and they're like, okay, one more, and they're like screaming for dear life. That was really, really disturbing to me. And so the one guy that was working for this, was it a research company or whatever it is? I forgot what it was called. It was like a sanctuary or something for research. He wanted to get out of that, and he was able to help get the chimps to this farm.
That was Bob.
No, there's the other guy.
Oh, there's another guy. Okay.
Yeah, another guy that was helping Bob.
Cool.
Yeah.
So Nim ends up living until like 2000, I think, and then he dies of a heart attack.
Yeah, and he had it was after his female companion dies.
Yeah. It was good. It was really well done. I've seen this one before too.
Yeah, it was well done. I personally think that he should have been left with his mom.
I do too, but hindsight is 2020.
Mm-hmm. And you learn stuff.
Yeah. It's super interesting to see how Nim has affected these people's lives. Like, I really like when Bob's saying, I'd rather be, there's only two places in this world I'd like to be at, a Grateful Dead concert or hanging out with Nim. And then he says, and honestly, I'd rather hang out with Nim than hang out with Jerry. And anybody who knows me knows that that's saying a lot.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I may have gotten that a little bit wrong, but that's the basic
That
gist.
was really funny.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
He seems like a really cool dude.
Yeah.
I was kind of disturbed too by some of the women in this movie.
I was too.
Like the one thing the lady said who got bit in the face by Nim.
Yeah.
Is he talks about how she wanted closure. Mm-hmm. So she goes to see him a couple months later, and Nim immediately lunges toward her.
And she said, "No, it's over.
Yep,
I'm done.
Yep,
it can't happen." Well, I don't know why she would want closure because he already, he wasn't going to be responsive to her.
She was the lady who a little bit earlier said, babe, said, we had epic fights, but we always made up. And I was like,
right.
What does that mean?
I know. What does that mean? Yeah. I know. When she said, but we always made up, you kind of heard like a little bit of a grin in her voice. And
yeah,
I'm
like
what
maybe her and Stephanie exchanged notes or something.
Oh, I don't want to think about that.
That's a joke, by the way.
I know, but I don't want to think about it. I don't know. I don't remember what her name was. But it's best that she left and she never came back.
Mm-hmm.
And Herb left after he visited Nim for the last time in another sanctuary, and he never came back.
And Bob was talking about it like, Nim was on his best behavior.
Yeah.
And all that stuff.
It was entertaining. Yeah.
It was entertaining for the afternoon. And then the next day, Nim didn't want to eat or do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really sad.
Yeah.
And I think he had a child with another chimp. Lillian.
That's what they speculate.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel about Nim?
Well, if he was a real human, right?
Right.
He would have been dealt a very, very, very bad hand in life. I think if you want to put it that way, because he was taken out of a home that he was comfortable in and passed around and around and around and experimented on for all of his life.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he is not a human, but he is a chimp that should have been left in the wild. I know his mom was in a sanctuary, but that was probably the best place for him because Stephanie, for all intents and purposes, thought that she wanted to be a good mother to Nim, but treating him like a human being was not the best thing for him.
I agree.
And then people were trying to get to know him as a chimp, but already he was so acclimated to human beings that he didn't know how to handle chimps. And that's not good. It's just like not socializing a dog with other dogs for years. Mm-hmm. They just feel like they're threats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only human I really like in this movie is Bob. Yeah,
because he knew that Nim wasn't a chimp, but he also knew that
he was a chimp.
He was a chimp.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. He knew that Nim wasn't a human.
Yeah.
Is what I meant to say. And it just came out like that.
Cool.
He knew that Nim wasn't a human, and he also knew that he needed to be socializing with chimps, not just humans.
Yep.
So he was trying to, what's the word? He was trying to give Nim his life back, it sounded like.
Yeah.
And not treat him like an experiment. And I also like that other guy that had a change of heart about what they do to chimps during research. Mm. And he was like, okay, I want to do this secretly. I want to do this anonymously, and Bob helped me.
Oh, yeah. Now I know the guy who you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay. Bob helped him. So that guy helped Bob, and the owner helped Bob a lot.
Yep.
And I think Bob was really happy with the results. He's like, it's not perfect, but,
it's close.
It's close.
Yeah. That's really cool.
It was.
I like this movie a lot. I kind of wish it was like a book. I know that they've written books about Nim. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they've written one since like the late 70s. Because at one point they show the doctor is on TV talking about a book he wrote in 1979 about Nim and the whole experiment. But I'd like a full-on, this is what happened. Mm-hmm.
I didn't mind Laura.
Laura was nice.
Laura was all right. I think she really, she
cared.
Didn't get too involved. She got involved with educating him, but she didn't get like super, super, super involved.
Yeah.
But she knew that he knew that he needed to learn a language to communicate better.
Yeah.
And I thought it was interesting with how they were trying to teach Nim how to go to the toilet.
Oh.
Yeah. Because she's like, I knew that, we wanted to make sure that Nim knew where the potty was.
Yeah.
I just thought it was kind of interesting. But the other lady she was a deaf interpreter, Bubs, the one that got bit really hard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I thought she was a little bit weird.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think Stephanie was the weirdest, though, to me.
I would 100% agree with your assessment.
Nice.
She was super weird.
Yeah. And I love hippies, but sometimes you can be a little bit too much.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe
they take free love to a whole nother level.
Yeah, be like Bob and, smoke a joint every once in a while and be cool. But don't be like Stephanie and just like totally free love everything.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's how I would phrase it, babes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
What would you give this on a scale from 1 to 10?
I give it an 8.
Nice. I would agree with you.
I would also give Montage of Heck an 8, as much as disturbing as it was.
Yeah. Would you recommend these documentaries to your family? If so, how do you sell it to them?
I don't think I would. I don't know. I mean, my sisters might be interested in watching the Nirvana one.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is around the time that we were teenagers.
Yeah.
They might be interested in that, and they knew a little bit about Courtney Love.
Would you tell them about Project Nim?
Possibly. They might like it. I mean, I don't know how much they like documentaries. I think documentaries are super interesting.
Yeah, they are.
But I don't know. I mean, they probably would watch it. I think my mom would be interested. She may be disturbed about Stephanie. I actually kind of liked Bill and Joyce.
I did too.
They didn't seem like they really wanted to hurt him either. I think.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but I like Joyce because she so Nim bit her and she bit him back and said, "You're not going to bite me again."
Yeah, that was great.
Ever again. And she taught him who was boss.
Mm-hmm.
And he never did it.
That's what you got to do sometimes, babes.
But Bill and Joyce, I think they seem pretty nice.
They did.
Yeah.
I guess maybe I would rephrase it and say Bob is my favorite person in this documentary, but Bill and Joyce are cool.
Yes. And Laura wasn't too bad either.
Yeah.
But she made a big mistake by getting involved with Herb.
She did.
Yeah, because there really is a conflict of interest.
Mm-hmm.
If I'd say so myself.
I would agree with you, babes.
I think the best intentions were good, but don't get involved with the professor that's heading it.
No. But Stephanie had also had sex with
I know. I thought that was weird too.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, "Yeah, it really doesn't faze me. I mean, I could have like a sexual relationship with somebody and then they can be in my life again." I'm like, yeah, you probably don't want to do that, especially if you're married to your second husband.
Oh.
It's a little bit... Some people are weird like that.
They are.
I don't get it. I don't understand.
This was good, though. This was very well done.
It was very well done.
Yes.
I think Dr. Lemon really had a lot of things to learn after all this was over.
Yeah, I think so, too.
But I think I'm sure he probably doesn't regret the project, but I think he probably would have done it a lot better.
Differently, I would
say. Much
Mm-hmm.
differently. I don't think he probably would not have pulled him out of... I would hope not. He probably would have found a way to conduct the project while he was still in his mother's care.
I don't know.
But maybe not. I don't know.
Maybe not.
Who knows?
Who knows? But
I guess we'll never know. He's probably dead now.
He's probably dead now. We could check him out later, see if he's still alive.
Herb Lemon.
Herb Lemon.
Herb Lemon.
Let's see. Alexa, tell me about Professor Herb Lemon.
Alexa, stop. Wow, that's not it.
All right. Alexa, is Herb Lemon still alive?
Which one?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, there's Jack Lemon and...
Yeah, there's other lemons out there, too.
There's other lemons.
Yes. Well, good, babes.
I didn't watch this show called 30 Rock, but...
I've seen it.
Tina Fey played Liz Lemon.
That's right.
But I didn't watch the show.
Oh.
What was it about, basically?
She's a comedy writer for a sketch comedy show that's not doing too well.
Yeah.
So they hired Tracy Morgan to come in, and he basically takes it over, and he has this wild personality.
Yeah.
Alec Baldwin is her boss, and Tina Fey is also friends with this older white lady who's on the show.
Uh-huh.
So it's about that older white lady. She's like in her late 30s.
Oh.
But, for Hollywood.
Yeah, but this came out in like the late 2000s.
Yeah, that was a lot older back then.
Oh my goodness.
And it's basically about their adventures. I watched for the first couple of seasons and I liked it, but then at some point it's like I can see these jokes coming, so I stopped watching.
Yeah, speaking of Tracy Morgan, I wonder how he's doing because he got into that horrible accident.
Yeah, from that Walmart truck, and they gave him a ton of money.
It was so horrible. I felt so bad, and he got hurt pretty badly.
He did.
I hope he's all right. I wonder if he has to be in a wheelchair now.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Because I've heard interviews with him. I think he's back to normal, but it took a lot of physical therapy.
And his head was okay, though.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it's almost like I heard that like Gloria Estefan got into a bad accident. She hurt her back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it took her a while to get back.
Yes.
On her feet.
Yes.
Get on your feet. Sorry.
Okay.
That's a good song.
Yes. Good stuff, babes.
Yeah, good stuff.
Jaylo.
Yeah?
What self-love exercises, if any, do you plan on doing this week?
I don't do the self-love thing,
Mm-hmm.
but getting into the swing of things, making sure I get a present for a special somebody.
Ooh, good.
Bubs, I'm really excited about getting together that Motown exhibit trip.
Yeah, I am too.
I think if we just have at least 6 people go, it's going to be fun.
I think so too.
When you reached out to them, did they say like you have to make sure that that you notify them and say what group is going to go? Or
no, they didn't say anything like that. The lady's just like, "Oh, we're sorry we can't help you, but it's a really cool exhibit, and if you need anything, let us know."
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we probably have to make reservations for us, right?
I would assume so, but I'm going to wait until we have like for sure this is going to happen.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm excited because I asked one of my friends and he was so down for it,
mm-hmm.
and I'm hoping that it all goes well.
Me too, babes.
Yes.
Nice. Jaylo. Did you have any dreams last night?
I did not, but you did apparently, right?
I had 2 dreams. So the first one, it was in 2000, and I'm hearing that Jason Alexander, the actor, is a writer on some comedy show now. And I'm like, oh, that's strange, but it's about to be canceled. And I'm out in public when I hear this, but I really have to pee. So I find the stall and I start peeing, and I just like don't stop peeing. So it keeps going on and on and on. And then I wake up and I realize, oh, I really have to pee. It's about 4 a.m., I want to say. I go back to sleep. It was hard because I heard some snoring.
Hey!
I didn't say from who, but
Bubs,
it's pretty obvious.
Mocking me, Bubs.
I don't believe in that, babes.
You shouldn't have said it.
I don't believe that.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Don't think you're
For my ears. All right, give me a kiss. So I go back to sleep, and I had this weird dream that I was recording a podcast with you.
Yeah.
Like 38 minutes into it, you just completely start ignoring me, and you're not listening to anything I'm saying. You're playing with a deck of cards. So I'm like, okay, I stopped recording it. You immediately asked me why I stopped. We get into a little bit of an argument. I start back up. We're doing it again. Then you start ignoring me again. I stop recording, and you go off on me for stopping, and I say, okay, I can't take this anymore. And I get up and I leave.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. I don't know.
I don't know, babes. Well, Jaylo, is there anything else you want to talk about?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
Oh.
I love you.
I love you, Joe.
I love you.
I love you. Well.
Yes? What's that?
If you think of anything.
Yeah, I don't. We'll probably talk about stuff tonight, though.
We probably will. Yep. Very good, babes.
Okay.
I think we should wrap this up.
Okay.
You'll kick me out, send me home, maybe send a few things my way.
Yes.
Yes.
By the way, did you do anything with the chocolate chips I gave you?
I ate them. I ate some of them.
Oh, I actually don't eat them. I just put them in something.
But sometimes I'll just throw them in my mouth and let them dissolve.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You didn't make cookies out of them.
I didn't because I couldn't buy any cookie ingredients. Because of my big issue with my card.
Oh, that's right. You know what? You know they taste really good in brownies too.
I bet they do.
They do. It's delicious.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all.
All right. Well, maybe we should wrap this up.
Oh my goodness.
What?
We're not living in the hood, Bubs.
We are. All of Portland is the hood now.
Ugh.
Portland, Oregon, it's the hood of the Northwest.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. All right, babes.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.